Oh, Alex. Oh, Alex. What are we even doing here? I really I don't want to say I fucked up because it was definitely a good film. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but I kind of forgot how much of a downer this one was. I knew I knew one downer thing. I had forgotten the other. Kind of I'd forgotten a couple things that really threw me off. We'll get into it. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Once again, the weekend has come and it will go as quick as it came. I'll blink right now and it'll be fucking 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. And that's how it always goes. But we're here today on Detour Ahead to have a engaging discussion about a piece of media. And of course, I'm Riely, and with me is my co-host Alex.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh
Yeah,
man,
what's up,
boy,
Alex? How's it going?
boy, am I tired. I'm so
Are
I'm so tired.
you so tired? You went to the work Christmas party, you fucking friend? How'd that go?
Whoa! Whoa! Hey! We're only a minute and a half in. You're gonna fuck my YouTube up, you son of a bitch.
Good thing we have an editor to bleep it.
I'm not even gonna bleep it. I'll just go pull a
Probably
different
should
word
bleep
from a
it.
different podcast.
You friend. You fun guy.
Now I gotta fucking pull up the notes. I was hoping I didn't have to pull up notes for fucking timestamps today, you son of a bitch.
Well, it's your fault for behaving in such a way.
You don't even have the right to say the F slur.
I'll say whatever I want.
Oh man, I had way too much to drink last night.
You went to the office Christmas party. You got turned at the office Christmas party. How'd that go for you?
It was good. It was fun. I lost at shuffleboard multiple times.
See, that was your big pitch for why it wasn't gay that you're going to the party. Like, hey, we shuffleboard. Like,
Because
yeah,
I've never played
great.
shuffleboard before.
Now
What are you
you're
talking
gay
about?
and 95.
Look, I was talking to the person who set it up because they asked me if I was going, and I'm like, yeah. Where is it? And she's like, oh, we're going to this local shuffleboard place. I figured it would be fun for everybody. I'm like, oh yeah, we can go join the senior citizens there. And she got really upset with me.
See, you know it too. It's for fucking old people.
It is, but it's actually fun.
For old people and only for kids if it's in the video game Shrek the Third for the PlayStation 2.
No,
That was my
look,
shit.
I had fun. All right, and it was a very good idea that we moved to a Saturday morning podcast because I didn't get home till 10:30.
Yeah, but then you're all fucking sleepy and shit.
Ah, I'm good. I'm fine. It's just a baby hungover. I had two beers before I left the house, and then I went and had 3 full Christmas ales there, all free.
How long ago did you watch the movie, or is the reveal coming that you actually didn't?
The reveal is that I missed the last 10 minutes because I fell asleep last night, but I do remember a majority of the movie.
Alex, the last 10 minutes is some of the most important material in the
Yes,
entire
I'm
film.
fucking aware. I dropped the ball, all right? I didn't want to tell you that.
Last 10 minutes is very crucial to the overall story.
I fucked up, all right? I did not want to text you this morning and say, hey, let me finish the fucking movie.
You should have.
I should have, but I didn't want to get another text saying late and gay from the person who says F slurs.
I didn't know that you didn't finish the. If you hadn't finished the movie, I would have said, "Go watch it, retard." What are you fucking talking about? You're insane.
It's all right. I think it'll be fun. I get to make up what happens at the end.
What was the last thing that you saw?
I don't want to say
Okay,
because I don't
by the
think it
way,
was
we're
actually
review-
10 minutes.
By the way, we're reviewing West Side. It probably wasn't. We're reviewing West Side Story. We're about to find out if I'm going to force Alex to pause the recording and go finish the movie. Alex, what was the last thing you saw in West Side Story 2021? Spoilers ahead, folks.
Can I phone a friend?
God damn it. I watched this one. I was ready for this one. Immediately when I needed to be.
Okay, let me tell you how much time I have left in the movie. All right.
Mm.
It was 10 minutes.
Okay. And what was going on?
Um, the cute boy, the coming of age boy who likes Maria got shot and killed, and now Maria has a gun and she's pissed.
Okay, so you got that. I guess you got the gist of it. I was thinking you didn't even reach the point where he got shot. Just like, yeah, I'm sure that Maria
I've
and
seen
Tony
what
live happily
I'm
ever after.
aware of West Side Story. I read the book, motherfucker. I know what happens.
Okay. All right.
Do you know how many pieces of media are based off this? Do you even know what piece of media West Side Story is based off of in the first place?
No, I didn't
Romeo
even
and
realize it was a
Juliet.
book. Okay, well, yeah, I knew that.
Yes. It's a Romeo and Juliet story, but instead of clans of white people, it's races.
Yes, I got the Romeo and Juliet allegory. I understood that much.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was a book. I've always known it as a musical.
Most musicals start off as novels.
Okay, I mean, sure.
Except
You're probably right.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, Death Note the musical was a manga.
True, so true.
I'm sure Shrek was a book at some point before they decided
Like,
to
I
make a
think it's
movie.
based on a book. I think Strike is in fact based on a book.
Most of the time, people write books and then go, yeah, musical. Musical is a good path.
Yeah, exactly. So West Side Story.
But in this case, people
specifically-
saw the musical and was like, movie. Let's make it worse.
Yeah, Alex only missed the end, which I guess we're spoiling the end pretty quick. But for Alex, it's literally just Maria has a breakdown where she contemplates killing everybody and then herself, and then ultimately she doesn't go through with it, and they just carry Tony's dead body away, sadly, as the old lady gets Chino arrested, and the rest of them just walk away with Tony's body, and that's the end of the movie.
See, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's what you missed.
That wasn't that
bad.
bad.
Not terrible, but and there's like 10 minutes of credits, so really you only missed like 3 minutes of movie. But regardless,
I did watch it last
so
night,
this is
by
a,
the way, which is
this is a
why
film
I
that I
asked,
kind of
which is why I asked for a Saturday morning, because I did not watch it when did not watch it ahead of time.
I also hadn't watched it, but I had time to watch it. If you had gone to the party and then came home,
I didn't get
so I
home
would have
till
been
10:30,
ready.
so
I didn't realize you hadn't watched it yet, because I should have known, because I thought about it. I'm like, usually he texts me something in regards to the thing that he's watched to indicate that he is watching the thing, and that hasn't happened yet.
I did not watch the movie until last night. I dropped the ball on this episode. I'm sorry. I feel like I put too much effort into making TikToks to the
I
point
dropped the
where all
ball.
the effort for this one.
That was all your effort for the show.
It was all my effort for the show. It came time to actually do work, and I was like, but I already did work.
You can only do one work.
Only one work, and that was TikToks this week.
One work to be done.
New TikToks coming soon. New TikToks coming soon. Or at least
new TikToks.
We'll have new TikToks until they decide to ban TikTok in January.
I'm not gonna ban fucking TikTok.
And then another one shall rise from its ashes.
No, I think TikTok is fucking bluffing. Okay, I think if it really comes down to they're in front of the gun, they'll sell it to an American company. Because America has to be like fucking 70% of their revenue. There's no fucking way that it isn't.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
Like
Musically got banned pretty
there's people
quickly.
there's people in the UK and in Canada. Did Musically get banned? Is that what happened
I
to
don't think it was
Musically?
banned. I think it just died, like Vine did.
Yeah, I figured they just killed it because it wasn't very popular. I thought TikTok was Musically. I thought it was a rebrand.
No, TikTok is completely different.
Somebody had told me like way back when TikTok first came along that TikTok was like the reboot of Musically. Like Musically was now TikTok. I remember
Oh,
Musically. Musically
Musically
was
and
based.
TikTok merged.
Okay.
Musically essentially became TikTok when the two platforms merged on August 2nd, 2018, with all Musically accounts and content transferring over to the TikTok app, effectively rebranding Musically as TikTok. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this was correct. Yeah, I used to make Musicallys with my friend Silas all the time back when we were kids. That was an era doing like stupid like Rick and Morty remix songs as Musicallys. I don't know. I wonder if they're still out there. I guess they would be on TikTok somewhere if I could find the account possibly.
Yeah, since they were merged and it's not a separate thing, they would still technically be on there.
Unless Silas has deleted them, which is possible.
Fair enough. But yeah, I didn't watch the movie until last night, so I dropped the ball this week. But we're
Do you
even.
remember
We're
the
even.
film? Because you were drunk and it was 10. Do you remember what happened in the film at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course I paid attention and didn't play Clash of Clans the entire Clash Royale the
It's
entire
oh my
movie.
fucking god.
I remember the fucking movie, all right? You know this that I'm able to be on my phone and watch a movie and then have a coherent conversation about it the next day. You know this.
Okay, you better fucking remember shit and have shit to say, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, folks, set the stage as to why I picked this particular film because it may seem to you audience if you've been around for a while, it's like, Alex seems to know more about the source material than Riely does, and yet Riely picked this film. Why would that be? Well, this is a film I kind of stumbled into. Because you see, back in 2021, I was a boy of 19, a year into my adult job where I was making money to do what I desired with. And one of the things I would do on and off is Regal Theaters offers a movie pass type of service where you pay like $20 a month and you can just like go see movies whenever you want to. So I had that at the time, and I just like was looking for a movie. Like there were no movies in particular that I wanted to see, but I was like, I don't want to go to the movie theater today. What do they got at the movie theater? And the movie that I ended up settling on because there was nothing really of note that I was super interested in, and I like musicals, was West Side Story. And I saw West Side Story, and I fucking loved West Side Story. This movie, which is directed by Steven Spielberg, by the way, a big name attached to this one. I loved it, but apparently it flopped and people hated it. Mumkey said he walked out of it in a podcast recently when it got brought up. Like people did not vibe with this for some reason, but I fucking adored it. So my question to you, Alex, how are you feeling about this 2021 Steven Spielberg rendition of West Side Story?
It was a good movie. I enjoyed watching it. A lot of Romeo and Juliet stories sometimes fall short. Um you try and do a recreation of the original. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Shakespeare was the best. I do everything after Shakespeare is bad. I'm not trying to be like that, but like
Fuck the Lion King. Hamlet's already good. Who needs it?
Yeah, but Lion King's got little lions and a talking bird and hyenas. It makes it fun.
True. So true.
Man, Malcolm in the Middle's coming back. Malcolm in the Middle's
I
coming
did. I
back.
did see that. You were like red alert DMing me, and
Because I didn't
I didn't
fucking
even
know
think
that
to
was gonna
DM.
happen. TikTok told me. I get all
I
my
feel
news
like a
from
bad
TikTok
friend. I
and
feel like
Fox
such a
News.
bad friend because I've admitting to Alex my friendship sins here. I'm such a bad friend because I saw this before he did, and I did not even think to message him. I immediately went and I messaged Demi Gloom about it, not Alex. So Alex didn't realize that I knew.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. I just finished watching that whole entire show like a month ago.
Yeah, Demi Gloom was the one who forced it down my throat, okay? Before you came along and started watching it. So she's the one I think of when I think of Malcolm in the Middle.
It'd be like if they did another Breaking Bad thing and you didn't hear about it and I didn't tell you. You'd be pissed.
I mean, I probably would just hear about it, and then I'd be like, oh, I don't think I'd be mad if I knew that you knew before me. It's just kind of a trivial thing. But either way, so you were lukewarm on this movie, it seems, or
Yeah, I was lukewarm. It was good. I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
this is
Characters
gonna
felt
be
good.
almost identical. I'm having a little bit of deja vu all over again because I feel like this is gonna be almost identical. Except no, because you like the movie, you don't have any like disdain toward it. But it's almost the exact same conversation I had with Cats and Blackbread about Wonka, the new Willy Wonka movie that's also a musical.
I have not seen
Where
it
he
yet,
was
but I heard
like,
the music is pretty good.
the music is good. In the review I did with Cats and Blackbread, Cats and Blackbread did not like it. He had a lot of things to say about how it was middling and it did not live up to the expectations set by the previous Willy Wonka films. I adored it, and it was a 10 out of 10 film for me, genuinely. And I have a feeling this is going to be a similar conversation to that, because I fucking loved this movie. And I loved it again on rewatch. There were a few things I forgot. One particular thing I forgot that really changed my impression of a particular group of characters. But we live and we learn. It's kind of unfortunate that that happened, honestly. But what I'm talking about is, of course, the rape scene that's in this film. Completely forgot about this until it started to happen, and then I was like, the like PTSD flashbacks shot into my brain, and I'm like, oh god, I know what's about to happen.
You have a lot of those when going through these musicals. There was one where you had a bunch of flashbacks. Which one was it?
Yeah, well, that was because it was Les Mis because I sung those songs in school in choir
Well, you
class.
also had flashbacks when we went and did Butterfly Effect too. Also.
Yeah, because that was also a movie that I liked as a kid, but I forgot stuff about. This is worse because this was 3 years ago rather than like 15.
We
But
still gotta go do 2 and 3. I've been wanting to do those.
yes, yeah. I was actually going to talk to you about that because I want to try to get movie reviews cranking out again. Because out of nowhere, this week, Kathy reached out to me, and I guess they put her favorite movie on Netflix, and she came back for one last job to review that film. So that'll be coming out soon, and then I want to try to keep momentum going because I have not made a movie review since that Wonka review that I referenced, and that was like God, like 3 months ago, I think. So I got to get back on that. Perhaps we'll hit up Butterfly Effect 2 at some point soon. But yeah, I really like this film. Unfortunately, I can't like most of the characters in it anymore because I forgot they did a rape. Because like those kids were all like extremely charming characters before that point.
Yeah, like
Like
you're watching it and you're like,
they're
oh,
just
it's just a
running
bunch of
around. They're running
riffraff.
around. They're being greasers and riffraffs. They do that musical number, which um I think is my favorite in the movie. Maybe I'm starting to maybe think differently now because the character context is a little bit changed. But that musical number they did for that police officer was fucking great.
Oh, that was
Um,
fantastic.
and and
Were they
then they did a
pretending to be
rape.
like part of the justice system?
Yeah, they pretend to be judges. They pretend to be psychologists. They're just like going around being like.
I thought that was fantastic.
It was such a good musical number, and then they raped the Puerto Rican woman, and it's like, oh, guys, I didn't actually. Let me be clear. This is still like a PG. It might be PG-13, but there was no penetration. They just like forced her to dance with them, and then like forced her to the ground, and then they got stopped by the old woman in the store who said, "You're all rapists. Fuck you."
Different times back then.
Different times, very
Nobody
different
wants that,
times.
Riley.
Nobody wants that. So besides the riffraff rapists, the main actual story in the film centers around, of course, Tony, pretty boy Tony, who I feel like in the universe where James Franco didn't do some weird things with high schoolers that I don't quite understand and don't want to speak out of school about because I don't know the exact allegations. This would have been James Franco. They found the man who was like, okay, be the most James Franco you could be without being James Franco. And he was like, I'm on
That's
it.
that makes a lot of sense actually.
So we've got the James Franco lookalike, our Tony, who has a great singing voice, great performance. Shout out to Tony. And then Maria, is this? This is gonna make me sound like a racist if I'm wrong, but is this the same girl who's doing Snow White that everybody's pissed about because she's Hispanic? Who plays Maria? I think it is.
Let me look that up real quick. No.
No, they look kind of similar. I thought. I guess I haven't really looked closely at Snow White, but I thought it was the same girl.
No. It's Rachel Zegler for Snow White.
I thought this was Rachel Zegler.
No.
It,
Oh, it was.
I
I was looking
just
at something
looked
else.
up.
Never mind. I'm done. Yeah, it's the same thing.
How dare you gaslight me, son of a bitch!
You look shit up on your own then. Don't make me look it up. I'm dumb. I'm stupid.
You're a bad Jamie, Alex. You're an inadequate Jamie.
Jamie?
You don't know the Jamie meme? You don't know about Jamie? Come on. Alex knows nothing of internet culture.
Nope.
Jamie is the guy. Jamie is the guy who was on the Joe Rogan show, and his only purpose is to pull things up. And Joe Rogan will say, "Jamie, pull that up," and that's a meme. So now, like every podcast will say, "Jamie, pull that up," when somebody's looking something up.
I'm not aware of this meme.
Jamie, pull that up. Yeah, so we have Rachel Zegler as Maria, and of course it's the love story between Riff Raff Jet, which is a New York greaser gang, and a young Puerto Rican woman. But the problem is the Jets and the Puerto Ricans, they don't get along because the Puerto Rican gang, the Sharks, and the Jets, they're fighting for territory. The Jets are racist, as are most white people in, I guess, 1950s New York City is where we are here. Um, and chaos ensues. There's some conflict between all the characters about all sorts of things, and it all goes real sour real quick. And it's a pretty downer sort of story structure. It's not meant to make you happy. It's meant to make you sad, and it sure did make me sad.
Did you cry?
I teared up. I don't usually the tears don't usually fall for me. It's very rare, but I did get a little bit of a misty eyes.
I didn't cry. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I was strong for both of us.
So yeah, the main characters essentially are there's six of them, I think. I don't want to do the counting in my head because it'll be slow, but I think there's six. Just immediate estimate. You got Tony, you got Riff, who is another member of the Jets. You know, Tony's kind of reformed after prison. Riff is not reformed, and this causes some conflict. There's Maria, the young Puerto Rican woman who Tony falls in love with. Bernardo, her older brother, also the leader of the Sharks. Rough and tough guy, a boxer. Pretty don't want to fuck with that guy. There's fucking I messed up. I had them all in my head, and then my brain went haywire. Oh, there's Bernardo's wife, Nita, and she's also important. She's cool. I like
Not
her.
wife. They're not married yet.
Oh, they're not married. Yeah, okay. So his girlfriend.
Yeah. He wants
And
to
there's
marry
and then
her
there.
and she keeps saying no because he keeps fucking around with the white people. And she's like,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
marry
yeah.
you when you quit fucking around.
Wants to go back to Puerto Rico and have 6 kids. And she's like, "Are you retarded?" No.
And then sings an entire musical number about how he's fucking stupid.
Which also extremely good musical number.
America. I don't know the names of the songs, but the one where they say America.
Usually, I'm just extrapolating them. Usually, I can guess right. You know, there's usually a pretty prominent chorus that is the name of the song, and you can kind of figure it out in your head.
Like here in
Um,
America, yeah.
and it's probably in America or here in America, something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
he's literally like, "Why don't you marry me?" And I want to have 6 kids and move back to Puerto Rico. And she's like, "Fuck you, you. All the women in this town. Let's make fun of this dude right now." And everybody's like, "Sure, why not?"
the thing I like about it too is spoilers. We might be talking about this one again, but now that we're talking about it, I really like that it's like I like arguments that aren't mean. I like that they're having like a conflict about like life decisions, and they've turned it into having a good time. Like they're still arguing, but they're also just like they're getting together and they're having fun being rowdy.
Yeah,
And it's a good time. It's a good number. And then there's Chino, who is Maria's kind of like arranged marriage type situation, Puerto Rican boyfriend who she doesn't really like. And
I
he
put it
wants to
as
join
she
the
doesn't
Sharks.
like at all. She didn't care at all.
Well, yeah, that's what I said.
Well, no, you're like it doesn't really like you're playing it too softly. I feel
She
like she
she
just
she
doesn't
like
give a shit about
likes
this
him
girl.
as a guy. Like it's clear that she isn't repulsed by his presence, but
No,
she
but
doesn't want
like
to
if he
date
wasn't
him.
there, her attitude probably wouldn't change at all. She doesn't give a shit about
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't fucking micromanage my fucking vocabulary here. I mean, that's it for the main characters. There's also plenty of side characters that play important roles, but I'd say those are kind of our main group that we follow throughout the story.
We got Officer Crumpkey. We got
Officer
the
Krupke,
bookstore
love that
lady.
guy.
Um,
In a drugstore, there just is books there.
I just saw books. I wasn't paying attention to the rest of it.
There's a sign that says like drug something, and
No,
I
maybe
think
it's a
I
drugstore.
and I think Maria tells Anita to go to the drugstore, so I think it is a drugstore. But yeah, so what are some things that jump to mind for you throughout this? This is a long fucking movie. What are
Man, it was
some
like two and a
scenes or
half
some things
hours.
that stick out to you you'd like
Definitely
to
not smart
discuss?
starting it at 10:30. That's for sure. Um, just like doing like a little comparison from the last musical we watched. It's a lot easier to watch. I think because it's an actual production movie instead of someone with a shitty camcorder.
Some of those shitty camera that drops it for fucking 5 minutes and makes the most like insufferable, like I gotta get it back up sound. Where it's like
No, because one of the guys was coming around looking for cameras, and he's like, "Oh shit, fuck! I don't have it. I'm not recording. Don't worry." I think more time was spent on the choreography up for the movie rather than the songs. I think that's my only gripe about it. I wish they would have put, I'm a big music dude. It's not like Spider-Man. It's not like Spider-Man where the music didn't really grab me as much. Like the music did grab me. There's a slew of fantastic musical numbers in this production here. The choreography felt a little over the top. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like,
I mean,
very
it's what I just
Broadway-esque.
kind of. Yeah, that's what they were going for, and I kind of lost myself in the whimsy of it, but I could see how somebody else may find it over the top.
It was a little over the top. I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on the movie because I'm not shitting on the movie. I haven't shit on any of the pieces of media that we've done so far.
And I see what you mean about the songs. The thing is about it. I think the bottom line is like I think the songs as an entire production, like within the context of the movie, are excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily like go to Spotify and listen to the West Side Story soundtrack.
I feel
Like
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 the
it,
only
it
one I
all
would actually listen to is the first musical number, "When You're a Jet."
that's a good one.
That one stood out to me as catchy, and the musical number of them in the police station where they're
Yeah,
impersonating
that's
the
fair.
officers and the judges, that was catchy as well. But like
And I want
the
to.
rest of it, I'm just like it adds to it. I like the musical aspect
Yeah,
of it. It was
I'll
fun.
say I'm a guy who like I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, these aren't like Spotify playlist songs. So that's not what a musical is for. Sometimes it comes with that as an added bonus, but I don't think not having that is necessarily loses at any points for me because all of the musical numbers within the context of the film, with the choreography and with the the character drivenness, are all excellent within that context. I think they work within the story perfectly.
Yeah, these musicals that we cover are not all about the music. It's just I hope that one of these the music, like if you were to take the music out of the show, it would come out of the production, it would completely ruin it. I feel like if you took the music out of this movie, it would not ruin it at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if you take the music out of this movie, it's just Romeo and Juliet
Mm-hmm.
meets the outsiders. And that's fine on its own, I guess. But the musical aspect makes it something a little bit more special.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more fun. It adds to the movie, I think.
And I should watch The Outsiders again. That book I don't remember how the movie was. I only saw it once in class, but the book was epic. Good book.
Outsiders. That with Pony Boy?
Yes.
Okay. I remember that, yeah. Yeah, I'm up on it.
Yeah, I read that book in school, and that was like one of the three books I ever read in school that I was like, oh my god,
Oh
that
man.
was awesome.
I keep looking at our list and I'm like, there's really only two that I want, but there's four that I gotta deal with. And I'm like,
I
fuck.
want Death Note so bad. I know that's probably one you don't want to
Okay.
deal with.
I'm actually slightly intrigued by the Death Note musical because with the CEO shooting that happened that we have not bothered to talk about at all on this show.
And we're gonna be talking about it plenty on Trans Fat Experience today, I assume. So I was kind of saving it for that.
That's fine.
But
If I desperately wanted to talk about it, I would have brought it up.
we're here to talk about a musical.
There's a song in Death Note the musical about corporations and shit, and they put that underneath on one of the TikToks. And I'm like, is this?
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you know? Okay, real quick. So a lady was on the phone with Blue Cross, and right before she's hung up, she said,
Oh,
"Deny,
that
depose,
shit. Yeah,
defend,"
okay. I'm
or
gonna say this
something
twice.
like
If you
that.
listen to Trans Fat Experience, you're gonna get deja vu. But that's so fucked.
She got
That's
arrested for that.
entirely fucked.
She got fucking arrested for that. There's no way. That's completely against free
Okay.
speech.
There's something I retweeted, and I think it's a pretty viral tweet, and it really sums the whole thing up and why it's completely bullshit. Let me see if I can
Like
pull it
Mo
up
and
real
Demi
quick.
retweeted it viral, or did you
No,
get a
no, no, no.
did you get a
I
third
didn't
person
tweet
this
it.
time?
I said I retweeted it. This is
Oh,
somebody who
okay.
went
I thought you
viral.
were like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just making fun of you. All right.
I know. You're doing bits at my expense. I understand. Use Twitter a lot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here's a tweet. Uh, okay, it's not as viral as I thought, but it has like 200 likes, and I think it puts the. I saw like two tweets at the same time, and I thought this was the viral one, but the other one was the viral one. But I think this one sums it up really well. Just 2 weeks ago, Florida police told me they were not able to arrest my neighbor, my upstairs neighbor, a psycho who threatened to literally cut us in half. Pig said arrest was impossible because there was no imminent danger. Yet we are to believe this woman is dangerous? So, crazy guy says, I will cut you in half. But can't arrest him. This girl says, delay, deny, depose, and into the prison.
Into the prison system you go.
Fucking stupid.
It's Biden's America. You're not allowed to no free speech yet. We gotta wait till January.
Alex, I know you're too autistic to skip, but just in your brain, just think about this in your brain and consider the following. The biggest problem from the week that assassination happened might be one of the funniest Dick Masterson podcasts I've heard in years.
Well,
so funny.
I gotta get caught up.
It's so. There's a lot of good jokes out there about this particular tragic event. I don't want to go too deep into my opinions on said event, but
What,
lots of
the
funny stuff
CEO shooting?
going on. Yeah, because I can't say it was good or we get banned, so like I won't say anything.
Okay. You don't want to talk about the CEO shooting because you don't want to get banned, but you'll say an F slur in the first minute and a half of the podcast.
Because that you can bleep, but if we're having a conversation about the shooter and you have to bleep all of that, then there was no point in the conversation.
Okay, I have one question, and this is not going to get us banned, and then we can continue with our normal day-to-day shit.
The question is, did it make me sad that the guy died?
No, this is not a baiting question. This is a genuine question.
No, that's how you cover it up. You can't say that you can't say that you would do it or that it's glad that it happened. You just say you're not sad.
You're digging yourself a hole. Just let me ask my question.
Okay.
Do you think there are more to come? Based off of everything you've seen, manifestos, people's eyes getting opened and people getting pissed.
It's kind of a toss-up.
Do you think this is the last one? Or do you think
it's kind of a toss-up? As far as we can tell, Mr. Luigi, not like part of any sort of group or anything. He acted on his own accord. And he did the thing, and he got caught because he flirted with he took down his mask to flirt with a girl in a hotel lobby. And that's the end of that. But that being said, the movement that's kind of been created as a result of his actions might result in copycats, which I will say is probably bad. We might see some unfortunate ramifications from this. But yeah, I think I think it's kind of a toss-up, but it's definitely very possible that it happens again. Also, I would like to say, did you see the best AIDS joke in history?
No, but do you know how he got caught?
He was at the McDonald's in
No.
Pennsylvania
The
eating some hash browns.
McDonald's said, "We think we have the guy." Do you know how the police correctly figured out his name and everything?
Now,
The CEO of the company that owns the backpack that he was wearing matched his matched the number on the backpack, the serial number on the backpack with his name.
wow. Okay.
The
Okay.
C
Damn.
Another CEO took him down, and now people are fucking pissed at him. And if if there wasn't like high tensions around CEOs, he would probably have been next. But a lot. Did you hear fucking? I love the fucking memes, dude. I love the memes. I love there's the McDonald's meme where it's the McDonald's CEO talking with someone. He's like, "Fuck no, I'm not bringing the snack wrap back. You got to be fucking crazy. I'm not fucking bringing that back. I told you we're done." And then there's a gunshot, and he's like, "Yeah, no, we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back."
That's pretty. One of the
Snack
best
wrap
memes
is
I
coming
saw.
back, by the way.
The meme that I saw that made me like fucking burst out laughing was I don't even remember what it was. It was just some news about I think it was like a even like a fast food CEO just like making a poor decision about the menu or some shit. And it's quote tweeted that, and the picture is just a like a menu screen from I think Super Mario 3D World, some Mario game, where it says like retry, go back, and call Luigi.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good.
You want
But
to get
the
back to the musical?
no, I didn't tell you about the best age joke in history. So just by complete happenstance, for like a month leading up to this, the newest Twitter meme has been the Super Mario 64 DS minigame Find Luigi, where all the Mario characters fly around the screen and you gotta try to find Luigi in
Yeah,
the
I'm aware.
in the gathering. And right after the shooting happened, before we knew anything about the guy, somebody did a tweet where they were like, the police looking for a tall white guy in New York City, and it's Find Luigi. And the guy turned out to be named Luigi. It was the best age joke in history.
It's fucking fantastic. What a strong Italian name, by the way. Luigi
Great
Mangione.
name. Luigi Mangi. He sounds like he belongs in The Sopranos. We had to pardon him, and then we had to make a Sopranos reboot, and he has to
Did
be
you
in
hear
it.
Biden after years of saying, "No, I'm not gonna pardon Hunter." He pardoned him.
Yeah, fuck it. That's fine.
I'm waiting for Trump to be inaugurated, and he goes, "Jan 6th, everybody, you're pardoned. Go home to your families."
Which I'm also on board with that. I probably have several friends who would shoot me in the head if they heard me say it, but I'm also on board for that.
Well,
I don't
remember,
care
this
about
is an
Hunter
alt right
Biden.
podcast now, so we're allowed to
Yeah,
say
yeah, it's
things
true. I
like
don't
that.
care. I don't care about Hunter Biden. Maybe I've heard that maybe he's a pedophile. If that's true, I hope they fucking
I don't want to
bury
throw the
him.
word. I don't want to throw
If
pedophile
he's
around.
not, if he's not, I'm just saying I've heard rumors about the laptop. I don't know what is and is not on the fucking laptop. I don't know shit about the laptop. But if he's not a pedophile, if he's just doing guns and drugs and shit, whatever. Your dad's the fucking president. He just lost. He's on his way out. Fucking do it. I don't care. And I also think that Trump should pardon. I don't know. There might be isolated people who are violent on January 6th. I don't have all the
Pardon
details,
them all.
but at least anybody who is non-violent, which I think is like 99% of them at least, should be pardoned.
Day
And I
one.
hope Trump does pardon
Day
them.
one. Pardon every single one of them.
Get that Bob's Burgers guy out of jail, Jay Johnston or whatever. Get him out of there. Get him his job back. His Spaghetti Jones or whoever he plays on fucking Bob's Burgers. I don't remember. And all the rest of them.
Yep, pardon them all. I'm not saying that. I honestly don't think they did anything wrong, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not saying that J6 was good or that I would do it. I'm saying that they don't deserve years in prison like they're getting.
No, because they're saying it's an insurrection, and I'm pretty
Which it
sure
is not.
that the Constitution says that it is for the people, by the people. It's literally what the Constitution says.
Also,
The
it wasn't
government
an
is here
insurrection.
to serve the people, not the people serve the government. That's the Constitution. The Constitution is there for the people, not the government. And after almost 250 years, it's kind of flip-flop to where we serve the higher ups. And that
And the thing is, like,
also plays into the CEO getting killed. We're not here to make you billions of dollars while we suffer on the bottom line. It's not fair.
so an insurrection, I feel like, implies like a violent takeover of a government. Where what happened in reality was a bunch of people gathered and protested the inauguration of the president,
Yeah.
which is fine. Like, is that because they didn't hurt anybody?
No.
Did they really?
But people with a lot of money started feeling scared, so now they have to react. People with a lot of money started feeling scared by the protest, which means that now it becomes a whole thing, and then people get arrested and shit like that. If you go and storm the Capitol building, no guns, just a group of people, and you steal shit, yes, you can go to jail for stealing. I fully agree with that.
Yeah, they didn't even steal anything, did they?
No, they stole the fucking podium. One of the guys
Okay.
stole the podium. Yeah, you go to jail.
Well,
You stole government
that guy
property.
should. Yeah, that
I don't
guy
care if it's a
can do some
podium or a
time.
flag or anything. Go to jail for breaking the law, but you're not. There's no law that says you cannot protest anything,
Even then,
especially
like,
when
what
elections
is
are
a
rigged.
law? What is the law where people deserve to go to jail? Because I'm very anti-jail unless like you kind of need it. Like if it's like, oh, whatever, you had drugs. Yeah, I don't need you to fucking waste our jail's time for 6 months. Just get out of here.
Probation?
Yeah, basically probation, but for everybody all the time, unless something really bad happens.
Probation is fucked. You realize that, right?
I know probation is it's not a perfect system, okay?
No, it's far
too
from
much
perfect.
jail
If
is
you're on
happening.
probation, you get a probation officer. You have to check in weekly, daily, whatever. And then there are certain terms set to your probation. Like I heard a story earlier this week. A guy is let out on probation. He has to check in every other day or like every day with his probation officer at a specific time. Then he can only work. So get a job. He can only have a job from 7 in the morning to 7 at night because then he's got to go back home. He's on a curfew. Can't work. He has different hearings and different like meetings and stuff on different days, which means he can only work from 7 to 7 on Tuesday and Thursday.
Here's Riley's pitch for the perfect correctional system. Expert on the subject of humanitarian and dealing with criminal. The very, very smart guy, Riely. Here's how you fix it, okay? For nonviolent crime, 3-strike system. Strike 1, nothing. You just get out of here, retard. Don't do it again. Strike 2, probation. Strike 3, you're going to jail and you're getting sentenced for all 3 of the strikes. If you fuck up 3 times, you're going away for a while.
So everybody gets 1 free crime?
Essentially, yes. Perhaps there's like a big fine you have to pay to
okay, but you can't have the first strike be nothing. I go kill a guy.
Okay, so the first strike, that non-violent crime, non-violent crime.
I go
First
Wile E.
strike,
Coyote a guy, and I get
you paint
manslaughter.
a tunnel on the side of the fucking wall.
Do you know there were rules for when they were animating that, by the way? Like, one of the rules was when they were making the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner could not go off the road at all. That was one of the rules that they were making, because the reasoning behind it is he wouldn't be a Roadrunner
Okay,
if he
here I
didn't
am.
stay on the road.
So yeah, I just wanted to say I saw 4chan green text where somebody posted a screenshot of some bitch who tweeted that her grandfather got killed in the Holocaust, and the way that she described her grandfather getting killed in the Holocaust is that he was put into a giant freezer and that he was like knocked down and like shattered on the ground like a fucking movie. And the guy on 4chan said, "Yeah, my grandfather also died in the Holocaust. The Nazis painted a tunnel on the side of a brick wall." He ran right
You do
into
realize that that can happen, right? Not the tunnel,
it.
the frozen and shattered thing. That is scientifically
Yeah.
possible, right? You know that, right?
Is it? Would you shatter?
If you dip somebody in,
Did they do this on MythBusters? They did do this on MythBusters,
probably,
and I
but
think it is true.
if you dip a human being in liquid nitrogen for a certain amount of time, then you pull them out,
Oh yeah, I
basically
saw the
everything is
note.
fucking frozen and they'll shatter into pieces. They'll be
I
dead
guess I didn't think that
instantly,
it would
but
work. I guess I didn't think it would work on your whole body, but I do know it works on a face. Is like they did do it on Mythbusters, and I remember because it was specifically in reference to the kill in Jason, the famous kill in Jason X, the movie where Jason for Friday the 13th goes to space. The first like kill on the future spaceship is Jason sticks a chick's face in a bowl of liquid nitrogen and smashes it on the
Mhm.
fucking counter.
Yeah, that's real. Anyway, you want to do some wrap up questions, or
Are we done with the kind of general discussion?
I don't know. You watched more of the movie than I did.
By 10 minutes. Oh, see? You don't remember it. What are some talking points, Alex? So this is a quiz.
What do you mean talking points?
What are some things that happened in the movie that were interesting to you that might warrant discussion?
I really liked the little school counselor guy. He's just trying to have everybody be nice and have a good
Yeah,
time.
he just wants to create, friendship and unity, and it
He's
does
like,
not
this
work
is
out
one
for
big
him.
social experiment, blah blah blah. Everybody circle up, we're gonna do a little fun thing, and they're like, no, we're not doing that, dude. Sorry. He's such a minor character because he only shows up in that one scene, but like it's almost like, oh, kind of feel bad for you. You're just trying to have a little. You're just
He
trying to
just wants
teach
to
these
help.
kids.
He was trying to prevent the end of the movie in which several murders occur.
Yeah, I mean the cop was also, but he's kind of a dirtbag a little bit. So
He kind of sucks, that guy.
Officer Krupke.
Well, Krupke the guy?
Krupke was the guy. Krupke was the one from the beginning of the
I thought
movie.
no, Krupke was just a cop.
Yeah.
Because the guy left. Who was the guy? Like the main cop? Because he left in that scene. Officer Krupke was like the secondary cop.
No, I thought Krupke was the one because he's the only one who got.
No.
He's the main cop. He's
Why
the
did they sing a song to Officer Krupke if Officer Krupke wasn't there? Because the main guy left, and then they sang the Officer Krupke song.
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Anyway,
Let me see if I can solve this mystery. West Side Story. 21. Cast. And let's look at the list. Police Lieutenant Why is it fucking cut off? Okay, Corey Stoll, West Side Story. Who did he play? Tell me. Oh, Lieutenant Schrank. That's the guy's name. Oh yeah, because in the opening scene he says, "How tall did you used to be before you shrank?" His name is Lieutenant Schrank.
It was a good movie. I really did enjoy watching it. I might have been drunk while watching it, but I feel like that made it a little bit better.
That
But
probably made it better, actually. I gotta say, I don't know. That rape scene is a little out of left field. I don't know if I would have put that in there. It's a
yeah,
little bit.
I feel like it takes away from it a little
I
bit. But
suppose
I
I
mean, it
suppose
also
it
shows the
like
brutality of the Jets, though.
something had to happen for Anita to decide to go against Maria, and I suppose that was the catalyst. But in doing that, it made these characters that were up to this point charming little fucking delinquents
Little
become
riffraff.
like horror movie villains where
Yeah,
like even their own girlfriends are screaming in horror as they're being thrown out so that they can rape this Puerto Rican woman. It's the terrifying scene.
it's very. It had like a huge tone shift. Like
It was fucking crazy.
did a complete 180 like really really fucking quickly there.
But yeah, I gotta say that Anita though she really set some unfortunate events in motion when she decided to fight Tony because of what the other Jets did. Despite this whole little emotional arc she just had in her musical number with Maria, and I guess I don't necessarily blame her, but like then again, like you did your decision there did have some consequences.
Yeah, just leave things alone. Just let it go.
Because like she must know like the details of what happened because like
Oh, of
she
course.
does end up ultimately going along with Maria because like it the whole time I was like, why isn't she bringing it up? But like I guess Anita probably already knew that Bernardo killed Riff before Cody killed Bernardo, so there was some level of some level of culpability on Bernardo that made Tony not necessarily an irredeemable monster for killing him. He stabbed poor Riff right in the heart.
Just a bunch of series of unfortunate events. Just let the
A
white
series
boy
of
love the
very
Puerto Rican
unfortunate.
girl.
That was like in the theater, like the first time I watched the movie. That hit me when Riff got killed. Because like Riff was like this, charming little delinquent the whole movie. Him and Tony had like this friendship bond that still existed, but it was strained because now they're walking different paths. And I was intrigued by Riff as a character, and then he got fucking stabbed in the heart. It's like, oh no, they killed him. Oh my god, they killed Riff. You bastards.
Oh man, it was a good movie. I genuinely enjoyed watching it. I'm waiting. I need to find like I don't want to intentionally go find a bad musical for us to review so we could just have an entire episode where we shit on something. But
I feel like I don't even know if I could sit through a bad musical because, like, what even would that be? Like, it would just be completely insufferable.
and like
Like a bad movie, I could just be like, ah, that's stupid. Like a bad musical, I'm like, okay, so they're doing this musical number that sucks, and they're doing this plot that sucks. I feel like I would want to kill myself very quickly.
I have a feeling that I Shrek the musical might be the one where we
I've
have
heard
the
good
most.
things about
I've
Shrek
heard
the
very very
musical.
good things, but I've also seen the costuming of the musical itself, and I'm just like,
I think it's charming. I
hmm,
mean, the costuming for that kind of fantasy shit is hard because like
yeah.
SpongeBob musical is like universally beloved, and the costuming on that is terrible.
Oh well, of course. Of course.
They didn't even try.
I gotta work on it's been
I
seven
would that
episodes since we
it
had a
probably would
guest.
have it probably would have messed with the artistry though if they were all in big rubber suits. Because like my problem with it when I saw it immediately was like they aren't dressed as the characters. They're just dressed as what if the characters were regular guys and not fish.
Yeah. It's very weird coming from Spider-Man, where it's very comic inspired costumes, to West Side Story musical, or West Side Story
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, this is
But
it's definitely a big shift from fucking Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. But yeah, this is I guess this is the first. No, it's not. I'm retarded. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say what I was just gonna say because it's wrong.
what?
And I forgot about Les Mis briefly in my mind, and I was about to say this is the first musical movie we reviewed, which is not true because we reviewed Les Mis.
Yeah. Les Mis had more music though.
Les Mis had more music, but Les Mis also had like more time in which it dragged for me. I guess it's kind of a spoiler as to what I'm gonna score West Side Story because I scored Les Mis a little pretty fucking high. Um, but I think this I got a little bit more out of it than I did Les Mis. Les Mis was excellent, but this was excellenter.
Okay.
You see,
What's your score for this movie?
hey, that's the third wrap up question. We got to do the first two first.
What are the first two?
Who's your favorite character in the musical, Alex?
I want to say Anita.
She was very good. She was extremely good. Had a lot of emotional range. Uh, hmm. This is a hard one for me. I'm gonna be real with you. Um, I guess so. The two names I think of immediately, or the three, but I've kind of already eliminated one. But to take the audience through my process, immediately the three that I think of are that I'm trying to decide between are Tony, Riff, and Maria. Tony was good. He was extremely good. I don't think he like had the it factor to be my favorite character, so he kind of goes down first, but he's up there for sure. And then it's between Riff and Maria. And Riff had a lot of charm to his character, but unfortunately, he didn't get the amount of focus or the amount of like musical numbers necessary to have left as much of an impression on me as Maria did. And Rachel Ziegler also has a very good singing voice. She's very good, a very charming character. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Maria, I think.
I would have chose Maria, but I felt like that was too obvious of a choice.
That's fair.
But
Anita was also very good. Anita is responsible for just to walk us right into this. My favorite musical number, which is the second wrap up question. I kind of wanted to give it to Officer Krupke, but the kind of emotional context of that song is genuinely ruined by when they rape a girl in a later scene. So I think I'm gonna have to give it to what was gonna be my runner up, which is In America. That number was excellent. I loved all the choreography. I loved it being an argument, but it's fun. I always like songs that are like dueling in musicals, where it's like they're singing about one thing, the two characters disagree, and they're like coming at each other by song. Like I always love that type of number. And this was big and fun and grandiose. Probably one of the most like happiest songs of the musical. It got a big smile on my face. I'll say it's probably my favorite of them, but all the numbers were pretty fucking good.
I gotta say, mine is When You're a Jet. It really wraps you in early on.
Yeah, that was
Really
very good as
reels
well.
you in with the perfect musical number. That's what that's where I hate to keep going back to Spider-Man, but I'm sure we'll go back to West Side Story next week. Uh they didn't have a musical number that immediately grabs you at the beginning of the movie or at the beginning of the production. There wasn't anything that's like, whoa, Okay, okay. I like this song. This song is good. I'll continue watching.
Yeah, that's kind of an important aspect. I feel like a lot of musicals kind of make that a point, and you're right that Spider-Man really did not.
What are you gonna score it?
Honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I really don't. I don't have any
I gotta
flaws
find
that I
something where
could
you
leave
go,
for it.
this was absolutely fucking terrible. I will never consume this piece of media ever again in
It
my
takes
life.
a whole lot to get me to rate anything lower than like a 6.
You
That's
haven't
it. If I
I think the lowest rating you've given is like a 7 and 7.5.
so far, but I've
Even
been
for Holy Musical
reviewing.
Batman, the one that you did not like.
I liked that one a lot. I gave that one like an 8. I did like that one.
Okay. So you're giving this one a 10 out of 10?
I mean, this one a 10 out of 10. Genuinely enamored me the whole time I watched it. I was engaged in the plot. Musical numbers are great. The choreography was great. I don't think there were any bad singers in the mix. I don't think there were any flaws in any of their singing voices. Honestly, like if I believe in Les Mis, I said that I wasn't fully satisfied by Hugh Jackman as a singer, but there was no such case here. I think they all were extremely proficient. Very good film.
I have to give it a 7.5. It's a good average score.
Okay. Okay.
I, I feel
It
like
didn't it
it
didn't suck
loses.
you in quite as hard as it did for me. I had
I think
sometimes
it
different
loses
people get
points
affected in different
where it
ways.
doesn't focus too much on the songs. It focuses more on the choreography. And that's where they lose me because I'm not really super interested in like the big Broadway spectacular of like the big Broadway esque uh, choreography numbers. I'm more interested in what songs these musicals have to produce. So when you fall short on songs, but the choreography outshines it a bit, it's more visual than audio. It's more visual than
It's a
auditory.
combination of the
So
two, and that's kind of what the art is. But as you
I
said, you're
get
not one
that.
for the
Yeah, I get
Broadway
that.
type
I'm
of
just a
thing.
stickler
I
for
understand.
music. So I'm a stickler for music, but I feel like more
Yeah,
effort was put into the
to me,
choreography.
this movie is literally perfect. I think it's a tragedy that it did not perform well in the box office. But it's a tragedy that it's remembered overall negatively because I think it was an excellent film. And if you're a bitch and you didn't like it, maybe give it another chance. And maybe you won't be so retarded and wrong this time.
Okay.
You're good. I'm not saying you're retarded and wrong. You liked the film. You thought it was fine. You just don't feel the artistry as much as I do. But people say this is like a bad movie. And those people, wrong. I.
All right. It's that time. It's that time of episode again.
Oh, we're spinning. You better screen share this time so we don't have to fucking
I screen shared
argue
last time,
about.
you fuck. We
Yeah, but it
just
was the time
didn't
before. I'm
didn't
still
want to do
sore for the
Shrek the
time
musical.
before. All right, let's see it. What are we doing? I forgot we put Book of Mormon on there now.
Yeah, Book of Mormon is up for grabs now. We determined that what, last week or like a
Yeah, I
week
thought
or
there
two
was
ago?
another one though. I thought it was two musicals that we thought of, and you only put on Book of Mormon. Maybe I'm stupid actually,
No,
but
we got Death Note, Shrek, Little Shop of Horrors, Hamilton, Grease, and Book of Mormon. That's all I have written down.
okay.
I have Beetlejuice, Dear Evan Hansen, and Lion King written down on our little planning sheet, but those are reserved for specific guests.
Those are reserved for guest spots. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready? You ready to spin the
Yes.
wheel? Wheel of Fortune here.
The Wheel of
All right.
Musicals.
Let's see what we're doing next.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, so close.
God damn it.
I still feel like this is a really funny game. Do you want to try again?
Why not?
Do you want to try again?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're doing whatever this lands on. I'm not skipping this one again.
No fucking way. Okay, fate insists.
Fate
We're watching
insists
Shrek the
on watching
musical.
Shrek the musical. All right, the next musical that Riely and I cover by ourselves is Shrek the musical.
Shrek the we don't. It doesn't have to be by ourselves necessarily. I could invite somebody. But
No, if you want to invite somebody, that's fine. I just meant if I bring one of the 3 guests that I have planned.
do the other one instead.
Yeah.
I am kind of excited for Dear Evan Hansen. So whoever you're getting on for that, you better start bothering him because I do want to see that.
That would be that's actually Val who suggested that.
Oh, I see.
The only one of the one-time guests.
She's been. I guess she did come on.
She's only been on once.
I forgot that she was on here.
Mm-hmm. She came on to talk about the Colossal Con.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I remember that now.
Anyway. Thank you everybody so much for listening to Detour Ahead. I linktr.ee/COLOCHU. I did the thing again.
What thing?
The thing where I go and wrap up the show and then immediately and then hesitate and switch back to plugs at the end.
Plugging. Well, I mean, usually I say thank you for listening to Detour Head and then go into plugs. That's normal. I've done that before. You're doing exactly what I do. You're just being weird about it. Folks, of course, you could find me at linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe. All sorts of podcasts, all sorts of YouTube channels. Also, I really do need to put the playlist on the link tree. But until then, also go ahead and go subscribe to Demi Gloom on YouTube because every Saturday around noon Eastern time, we're doing a live podcast show called The Trans Fat Experience. I believe I will be taking an autism test this episode, so that'll be pretty good. You'll want to check that one out. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, it's a good show. Usually do about 2 hours. Have a good time. Talk about stupid shit. Last time we talked about Nick Fuentes getting arrested for pepper spraying that bitch at his door. The bitch who did deserve it, by the way. And we talk about all sorts of silly stuff. It's a good show that you should check out. That's it. Thanks for listening to Detour Ahead. See you next week.